Chelsea and I are going to do quick introductions and then we're going to get started here. My name is Josh Kale and I'm the Community Development Director at Innovia Foundation. Raise your hand if you've heard of the Innovia Foundation. Okay, wow, that's impressive. When we go to small communities in all of our 20 counties, we might get a couple hands, but that many hands in this community, that's impressive, that know who we are. We're going to give you the overview of who Innovia is today for those of you who aren't from here. And then we're going to go cover what Community Heart and Soul is and to see if it's a good fit for this community. A little bit about my background. Been married for 27 years. I have 2 daughters. One is a senior in high school. One just graduated from college. And I've almost survived the teen years. I have, what's important to me is family, friends, food, and community. That's important to me. And I've had a career. I was an educator for 15 years, and then I worked as an executive and owner in a sports and education company. And my focus all the way through as an educator and in the business work that I did and what we do now at Innovia is building partnerships and helping communities thrive. So I'm going to hand this off to Chelsea, and we're excited to be here tonight. So thank you for coming.
I'm Chelsea. I just want to start out by saying I'm so impressed with the amount of people that are here. This is my first workshop with Heart and Soul, and from what I've heard, if you get like a crowd of 10, that's a good turnout. So I'm super impressed with the community of Ritzville so far. So congrats to you all for showing up on this Wednesday evening. Like I mentioned, my name is Chelsea Hawley. I've been with the Innovia Foundation since January. I'm from a rural community. I was born and raised in Prosser, Washington. It's about 2 hours west of here. I see some head nods, some Prosser folks, some people that are familiar. So rural communities are actually really, really near and dear to my heart. And I have a passion for investing in rural communities because I know the security and the safety that they bring for families. And the experience that it brings to individuals growing up in rural communities. So I'm really excited to be here and share with you all and the journey and the opportunity that's ahead. Prior to my work with Innovia, Josh and I actually worked together at the same youth sports company, but had very different roles. I helped launch the philanthropic arm of that company, so did a lot of grant writing. And now I kind of get to be on the other end with Innovia and read grant applications and get to work with really wonderful organizations doing wonderful works in community. So now I would like to turn it over to our core team members to introduce themselves a little bit. If you wouldn't mind just introducing yourself, your name, how long you've been in Ritzville, what role or roles you play in the community, and then why you became connected with Heart and Soul and with Josh and I. Jamie, you want to start?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jamie Francisco. We've been here 4 years. My husband, John, works at Big Ben. He brought us here. I substitute at the grade school and both ended Ritzville and high school. And what I love about Ritzville is honestly the community. I love the heart and soul of Ritzville. I have to admit, I was a little nervous about coming to Ritzville, coming from a large city. And the heart and soul of just the Benzels and everybody in here, the community itself has made me love Ritzville. I came from Washington, D.C., and then to come to Ritzville, I was scared. And I love everybody's heart and soul, and the fact that you can walk to your neighbor's house, and everybody is so kind and welcoming. So I'd love to see that strengthened and continued even more.
I am Haley Meyer. I am the photographer here in town for all the sports, and I've taken a ton of people's family pictures and senior pictures. What are all the questions again?
How long have you been here?
I have been here, how long? My husband and I got married in 2016. I'm married to Zach Meyer. He grew up here. And we started dating when I was in high school. And if you would have told me me I was going to marry a Ritzville boy, back in the day, I would have been so excited. I've always loved Ritzville and all the fun things that are here. The bowling alley, the movie theater. It's always been a cool place in my mind anyways. Never wanted to go to the big city, I guess. I grew up in Odessa, Washington. What else?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else?
You said that. Good job.
What do I love? I love everything about Ritzville. The community, most of all, because being a business owner, a small business owner in this town, it's hard to get started, but the community has been super supportive here, and it's a great place to raise my kids, and there's a lot of that stuff.
Okay, I'll go then. Tom, you're after me. I'm Tommy Hinkie. I think I know most of you in this room. If my name's familiar, you don't know why, you walked past my name on the front door. I am the Executive Director of Adams County Development Council. That is ACDC. I'm not going to sing or play guitar for any of you. I've been in Ritzville, actually this month was 11 years. Big Ben Electric brought me here, and then a variety of interesting career changes has led me to what the sign you see on my front door. Full disclosure, I broke down in high school in Ritzville, and I was like, ooh, who would live there? And that was me 11 years ago. I grew up in Ephrata, so, small town's always been what I thought. I went from Bellevue to Ritzville, so that was the culture shock. But my wife and I married a Harrington girl. Ritzville just was a natural fit for us. I mean, my full disclosure, my plan was 3 or 4 years in Ritzville and on to Spokane, and like I said, that was 11 years ago. I do this job because I see the potential in Ritzville and all of Adams County. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm pretty passionate about my work, but Ritzville has a lot of untapped potential, and that's part of why I'm involved with this, is to see from the ACDC side what the town views as future growth. And the Innovia team's pretty cool, most days. No, so yeah, I think I answered all the questions. Yeah.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tom Reese. I'm the Community Development Director for the City of Ritzville. I've been here in this position all of a hot 6 months. You can blame Derek and Susan Schaefer for actually getting me to Ritzville from the west side. I lived in the last 30 years or so over in Spokane, but last 10 I was over on the west side working for all the big firms and stuff, and they heard that I was back in Spokane and said, you got to come out and help us get this greenery district up and off the ground. So I came out, met with them, and fell in love with them, and also this community. It's something really special. I grew up in a really small town over in Montana, Alberton, just on the other side of I-90, down the other end. It's very similar. The highway went through it, the railroad went through it, and then when all those things pulled out, it's been a tough go ever since. But that's what got me started on my career in community development. So I'm super happy and excited to be working for the city and in the city team and the council and this group and so give me a call anytime if needed.
Since then, I am so impressed with the turnout. I told them how many people were coming, and I don't think people believe me. So, go Ritzville. I'm impressed.
All right. We know the Mariners are playing tonight. It's a very good game. So if you do have your phone out, you're taking looks at it, we won't be offended. Okay? To get things started, Community Heart and Soul is a community-wide visioning process. It's resident-driven. But before we get going on that, what we'd like you to do at your table, you're going to find someone that you may not know. And if you don't, you can't do that. Someone that you haven't
talked to the last month.
Yeah, or in the last hour, or 2 hours. What we want you to do is, you're going to ask them, if you were coming to my town for the first time, where would you recommend going in this area, and what should they see or experience? So you're going to take 2 minutes with somebody at your table, let them know if they were a visitor to your town, your community here, where would you want them to go? What would you want them to see and experience? Yeah, we're in 2 minutes. Okay, we're going to pause for one moment. Jerry reminded me that everybody in this small town knows each other already, and everybody knows all the good spots. So, we're going to shift this question to this. You're going to get a chance to share something that somebody at the table, or the person you're talking to, doesn't know about you. Okay? Something that they don't know about you. Okay? Or make it up.
Bungee jumping game when it comes to water out of the helicopter.
There we go. 1 more minute. All right, we're going to bring it back. Okay, who would like to share? Who would like to raise their hand and share one thing that they learned from a neighbor that they didn't know? So, if you ask your neighbor, what's something that you did that they potentially didn't know about you? Who would like to share?
Everybody's afraid.
Okay.
Go for it, Julie.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, I grew up out in Marengo.
Go Marengo!
Train towns. And so, Arnie Moeller was my neighbor when I was growing up. And then Ron Dre is my parents' neighbor when I was growing up in junior high school. And then we just bought a farmhouse in the country, so now Schaefer's is my neighbor. So I thought that was kind of weird. I'm surrounded by.
I heard there's a development going on right where you bought.
No, there's not.
Anyone else?
Well, I asked Shelley before we even did this exercise, before we even had dinner, what brought her to Ritzville. That's always a question I wonder about.
Yeah.
Jack? What did you bring you to Ritzville?
Well, I promise I'm not being paid by these people, but I saw a lot of opportunity in Ritzville. It's only an hour to Spokane, which is one hop to the world. You guys got fiber now. Woo-hoo. I work from home, and our kids are in Western Washington. My mom sits across the border in Close Falls. And it had a really great sense of community. I love the parks, the bowling alley, the pool, what did we talk about? Was it the pastime, the snooker tables, the theater, the Carnegie Library? I did research. You guys have one of the coolest Carnegie libraries. It was the smallest town at the time to ever get a grant. So that's why.
It's time for one more. More person who'd like to share? Yep. All right.
The Petersons told me that what they really like that I didn't know is water. And I think we're gonna have to ask them to find out what they meant by that.
Well, we'd like more water in Ritzville to start with. But, you know, making things green is kind of a friendly thing. And I think having enough water to keep things green and make the town feel friendly is a good thing. We started by planting trees along the roadway, but if we could keep the grass green, and that, I think it would be a good thing.
Hi, I'm Brian, and my dad grew up in Wenatchee, and as soon as he had the opportunity, he went to California, never looked back. So the thought of me growing up in a little town in eastern Washington was never on the horizon, but here I am. I came through here, I'm a photographer, came through here several years ago, taking train pictures. I stayed at the Best Western. I drove around town and thought, wow, this is a cool little town. You know, I can see myself living here. And then I found a house I really liked, and I've been here 8 years, September 15th of this year. I love it. It's a great place.
Great. Okay, now at your table, we have sticky notes, we have pens. You're gonna get a chance to write 2 to 3 things that are your hopes for the future of Ritzville. So 2 to 3 things on there, and then we're gonna walk around. And you're gonna put your sticky note on the poster here. So 2 to 3 things that are your hopes for the future of Ritzville. All right, so we have a lot of folks here. I'm going to do my best to read these. All right, so one of them is homes and yards kept up and pretty. Okay. Downtown revived, more houses revived, better senior living so people don't move away, growth. Evaluating renovation of historic buildings downtown. It says, better senior living, more small businesses, more work opportunities, more green, growth of city and population area in business and in business opportunities, increased elderly care and housing, more walking paths, advertisements on highways, more young people who can find Ritzville. Diversity to economy, government, ag, and keeping farms. More businesses, more small businesses downtown, more people, nighttime Christmas parade. Okay. Thriving downtown. Travelers go beyond the fast food lane and explore the downtown and building identity. Daycare, historic buildings with businesses in it, not a storage unit. A drive-through car wash. Okay? Ritzville is a great jump off for day trips. Palouse Falls, Monument Dam, improved historic downtown, improved some of the avenues. More housing, the feeling of community. Yeah, pull that up. Okay, 18-hole golf course. Okay. Create a downtown that people feel comfortable staying for a while. Less boarded up buildings. Public outdoor community events. Jobs at all levels. Low crime rates. More restaurants. An Amtrak stop. More activities downtown, clean up neglected homes. Successful business service supports water for the future. Downtown Christmas, consistent, reliable place for pharmacies. Continue the tree planting and flowers downtown. Support encouragement for people struggling to maintain their homes and yards. Combined restaurants. Active downtown, people taking care of homes, lawns, new housing, car wash, another car wash. Streets, pathways, additional housing. We invest in historical aspects of downtown. Downtown, apartments, short stay, more downtown retail businesses, downtown bakery.
Yes.
More recreation activities. We say, embrace more of the historical aspect in promotion of downtown, holding events and celebrate the 1950s or what it was like in the Victorian age. Yeah, so I think I got a chance to do most of those. What are your takeaways from that?
Downtown's important.
Downtown's important?
The elderly.
Elderly care, yep. What else are you hearing just from that short exercise? Anything else that stands out?
Jobs for more people.
Jobs.
Jobs and housing.
Housing,
Drugstore open on Saturdays.
drugstore open on Saturdays. Drive-through car wash.
You can talk to someone about it, right?
Okay, well this is, yeah. So this is just the beginning of the process, but this gives you an idea of what a community resident driven process can be all about. What Community Heart does is it is a process where community members are going to go around and do actual interviews about what matters most to you in your community and why. And why does it matter? And what you're going to come out of that is what matters most. You're going to find out what the hopes and the concerns are, and then you're going to also discover the ideas for action. So we're going to go a little bit more into this, but before we do, I want Chelsea's going to get a chance to really give you kind of an overview of Innovia and why we're supporting an effort like this, and why now? Why do we want to do this now? So
we've done a little bit of interactive activities and we've lured you in with food, so now you have to listen for a little bit while we run through some of our slides. So just a really quick overview. I'm going to talk a little bit about Innovia and what the foundation is and what we do. Josh is going to get into the nitty-gritty of Heart and Soul and kind of what brings you all here. We want to be able to share with you why communities invest in Heart and Soul and how it benefits the community. We want to talk about who's involved in the process. You met some of the core team members, and perhaps there's more of you in the audience, and that will come out at the end of the evening. And why everyone in this room and those that weren't able to join us this evening, why it's so critical that the entire community be invested in this program and in this work in order for it to be successful. And then we'll kind of be able to assess from there, is Community Heart and Soul a good fit and a good program for the town of Ritzville to adopt? So a little bit about Innovia. We are a community foundation. A lot of hands went in the air, so I won't drone on and on. But it sounds like you're pretty familiar with us. We do serve Eastern Washington and North Idaho, 10 counties in Eastern Washington, reflected here, 10 counties in Northern Idaho. We're a 501c3 nonprofit foundation. We were established in 1974, ahead of the World's Fair. Did anyone attend the World's Fair in Spokane? Yeah. So, fun little story. It was a group of 4 women who, as Spokane had got a lot of attention with the World's Fair coming to town, decided to come together and talk about the longevity of Spokane and how it could be a jumping off point for the city after the World's Fair. And so they established a community foundation, which is still alive and well today, 51 years later. And so we are based in Spokane, that's where our headquarters is, but we also have folks kind of around the region, someone based in Clarkston, and then we have some folks in North Idaho as well to assist those communities. Our mission at Innovia is to ignite generosity that transforms lives and communities. We do that by creating vibrant and sustainable communities where everyone has an opportunity to thrive. Those are a lot of words just to say that we're truly interested in investing in communities, rural communities, not just Spokane, not just Coeur d'Alene, but all of our communities, because we know that this region can be really vibrant when we all work together and we're all invested together. So for that reason, we do partner with donors at the foundation, as well as nonprofit organizations to deliver their work. We award grants to them, and really we're invested in sparking long-term and sustainable change in communities to help with longevity and help bring a lot of the things that you all are looking for in the town of Ritzville to life, even if it's a car wash. So just a little bit about our history since 1974. We've distributed over $158 million in grants to organizations across our 20-county region. We have more than 800 funds established at the foundation. That's anything from a donor-advised fund, just some generous philanthropic individuals or families, to scholarship funds as well. And yeah, it's done a lot, obviously, in the course of 51 years, but there's certainly more to do, and Heart and Soul is a part of that. On average, we award about $10 million in grants every year, grants and scholarships. Actually, I got the opportunity to meet Julie and Mayor Scott earlier this year. There's a fund established at the foundation by a citizen of Ritzville that donates every year to the city to, someone mentioned the flowers downtown. That fund keeps those flowers coming, and the pots that Scott and his wife paint every year, so thank you. But there are opportunities at the foundation to utilize funds to benefit the community. We also do a lot of work with Launch Northwest. I know Launch Northwest has done a considerable amount of work in the schools in Ritzville and Lind in terms of awarding scholarships to students, helping with financial aid completion, assisting in connecting folks with job training programs, things that way. And we also have community endowments at the foundation that benefit certain towns or counties. But really it's about getting everyone involved to create partnerships to look and build toward the future.
Thank you. All right, and so 3 of the programs, Launch Northwest has partnered with the school district here, and I think it's about a $50,000 investment in the school district. Community Heart and Soul is another initiative that Adobe is backing, and then of course the endowments. And the endowments are going to be set up. There are already some endowments in your community already, but the goal with Community Heart and Soul is you're going to build an action plan for the community. And at the end of that 18 months to 2-year period, going through all 4 phases, you're going to have this action plan. How are you going to fund it? How are you going to have the funds to do the things that you want to do? Well, that's building an endowment on the side that supports that work. And so that's another thing that Anovia can do to help support this effort. Yes, here's some of the other community development efforts that Anovia has been involved in. It's distributing $35 million in COVID response, wildfire recovery in the town of Malden. You know, it's been 5 years since the devastating fires, and we've walked side by side with them and seen the new community buildings open up and that community come back to life. So we hold an annual community leadership summit every year. We have supported, Anovia actually purchased the mill in Oakdale, and then the port took over the mill, and the community, Oakdale, is a Heart and Soul community, and part of their effort is figuring out, okay, what do we want to do in this mill, and how is this mill going to help us identify the things that are missing in the community that they want to fill. All right. And then here we are at Community Heart and Soul. So, all right, I'm going to share a quick video here.
Hi everyone, I'm Gary Wilson. I'm from a rural area in northwestern Ohio by a little town by the name of Genera. Presently a farmer. We've been on this farm for now 8 generations. My son is now here, and so we can go all the way back to 1834. Hancock County is very unique because we have the city of Findlay right in the middle of the county. That's where all the people pretty much go into work. But surrounding that city, we have 10 small towns. So back when I was a youngster, about 60 years ago, each one of those small towns was full of industry, full of activity. That's different today because all those towns have turned into what I call bedroom communities. All the industry has left. They don't have the hardware stores, the grocery stores, the barber shops. They're all gone. And about 5-6 years ago, we embarked on a new program to try to revitalize many of our small towns. That program was Community Heart and Soul. What we saw as a result is new energy, new vitalization. All at once, for the first time ever, people were looking in rather than looking out. People come together and they were taking surveys and they found new enthusiasm. And every time that there was a town project that volunteers were needed, they had people coming from everywhere because for the first time they got to know each other. We had new donors, new feelings of philanthropy, and they become involved in our community foundation where before they didn't even know anything about it. Believe it or not, we started to see some coffee shops and some grocery stores and some other industry, different kinds of festivals and parades and homecomings. They were able to restore pride and energy in their small town. So in closing, I would heartily recommend everybody to take a strong look for your small town, for a Community Heart and Soul program. We have seen amazing results, and I'm very, very confident that the same thing could happen to your town.
Okay, here we go. So, as I was alluding to, this is a resident-driven process. It's guided by coaches or a coach that works with your community. The idea is getting the whole town engaged. By doing what you're doing here today, telling your story, sharing what matters most to you, and what kind of future you want and how to achieve it together. So the kind of the summary of the features of Heart and Soul, it's people-centered, it focuses on relationship building, it's unique to each community because what we do is we're coming here, there's no agenda. You as a community get to decide what direction you want to go, what matters most to you, what kind of future you want. And our job as coaches and the whole process of Community Heart and Soul is to guide and help you go in that direction using the framework of Heart and Soul. And it's data-driven, which is amazing because you have all of this data from all of these residents, and with that, you can use that to go after grants, you can use that to go after funding sources that can help support the work that you're doing. It's not just a small number of people in your community that are saying, hey, this is what we want. You've actually gathered data from the majority of your community that says, look, I can point to this. We've interviewed, 1,200 people in our community, and this is what they're saying. The three principles of Heart and Soul are focusing on what matters most, involve everybody. So that means everybody gets a voice who wants to be a part of it. And part of that, we're going to have a quick exercise for you. It's called community network analysis. And what you're doing is you're looking at who lives, works, and plays in Ritzville. And you want to get their input. Everybody who lives, works, and plays here that has a stake in the community should have a chance to express their ideas about what they want. And what happens is you'll see themes starting to emerge over time. And the other thing is, the last principle is playing the long game. So this is not a short-term solution. This is a long-term solution for your community, and it takes time and it takes energy to do this work, but it's worth it because it will last the test of time if you do it the right way. The 4 phases. The first phase is imagine, and that's just right now. This is the getting started. It's sharing this out to the community. Once enough members of the community say, yep, we want to do this, you apply for a grant. Inovia is providing $20,000. Community Heart and Soul is putting in another $10,000. Inovia also covers the cost of the coaches, and then the community comes up with a $10,000 match. 5 in year 1, 5 in year 2. Phase 2 is the story gathering phase. This is when residents leading the development of Heart and Soul statements, you have members of the core team and other volunteers go out in the community, and it's not just at events like this. You go to where people are at, because that's involving everyone. Because there's a lot of people that can't make it here tonight, or can't go to the city council meeting, or can't make it to a parade or a school event. There's people that are out there that, you know, they'd love to have their voice heard, but they may not feel comfortable speaking in a public place. So you go to those places, like senior centers. The third phase is, that's the planning phase. This is when you've gathered enough data and you start to create those heart and soul statements, which creates the action plan. And the action plan, in many communities across the U.S. are officially adopted by the town and city councils, and they can be incorporated in, comprehensive plans and guide future policy. Okay, this is the project roadmap. So we're in the getting started phase. Phase 1 is the Imagine. That's about 2 to 3 months of getting this out to the community, defining the overarching goals, creating that community network analysis. And then you go into the phase 2, which is Connect, and that's the biggest phase. That's the story gathering phase. And most of the communities right now in Eastern Washington, Northern Idaho are in this phase, and it's about 6 to 8 months. And what we've heard from community members there in Harrington during the story gathering, they realized by gathering stories, we have a lot of residents that are really concerned about what we're going to do when they get older. How are we going to get cared for? That was a theme that had come up. In other communities, in the town of Pomeroy, that's a town of about, I think, 14 to 1,800 people, maybe a little bit larger. There was no restaurant in that community, not one restaurant. And so there was a taco truck that had come to the community just to kind of test it out. And the community knew, look, they love the food that was being brought into the town. Can we help this family get into one of the buildings here that's open and establish a restaurant? And so over the course of the last 4 to 6 months, this taco truck now has a home base in the town of Pomeroy, and the community is super excited about it. In the town of Spirit Lake, they've identified that there's some historic buildings that could be a community center. They've identified that's a target of theirs. They also realized their lake is an asset, and they also needed to bring in voices from the male 20 to 40-year-old demographic. And so they've gone out to the fire department, to other different groups to gather information from them. So there's and the last one is the town of Harrington, Oakdale. They have said that this process has brought the town closer together than they've ever been in a really long time. They've planned and created more events and more gatherings, and the theme that keeps coming up, we need to have more of these. We need to have more of these gatherings of people coming together and celebrating what we have in our communities, because what this process does is it helps you realize what assets you already have and how to build upon those. And I already talked about phase 3, 4, and then once you get to the phase 4, that's when you actually you have this action plan. Okay, how do you fund it? How do you put these things into action and have the money to do it? Well, then you build a stewardship team that helps, bring people together to generate money to build this endowment that's going to cover that. And that's what this is an example of a heart and soul action plan. Go to the next slide. And this is what a heart and soul team looks like. So you have a core team of people. So there's 5 or 6 people that stood up here. They are looking for more individuals that want to be a part of this. So most core teams have about 8 to 10 or 10 to 12 people. You also have the municipal, the staff, the town staff are part of this. And you have funding sponsors, partners, and then you have our heart and soul coach. But the heart of this is the community and the residents that are going to be doing this process. So we talked about hopes for Ritzville. Our next, and this is the last activity right now, is who lives, works, and plays in your town. And so this is identifying the hold that up. This is identifying all the subgroups that fall underneath these categories. So for youth, you know, what youth groups are in the town of Ritzville? Who can name 2 or 3 right now?
FFA.
FFA, okay, what else?
Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts.
Church youth groups.
Church groups?
AAU sports.
AAU sports. Okay, so we're gonna put these on the table, and each of you are gonna get a chance to put down different groups and organizations that you're familiar with. The next one, seniors. What senior groups? Senior, okay. Okay, veterans in the community. Okay, businesses. And then informal groups in the area. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a moment, we're gonna break these off, put them on the table. We're gonna pass out some pens. This is gonna help you identify the network that you already have in this community. So we'll do that, and then we'll get a chance to share this out. And the process after this is we have a community readiness. If you open your workbook on the page, I think it's page 17. While we're passing this out, if you can take a look on page 15, this is called the Community Readiness Inventory. We're not going to fill this out today, but the next time that we're in town, you're going to get an opportunity to fill that out. So we'll start passing these out and we'll get started. What's that? Oh, really?
Keeps dripping.
Maybe mention that they should.
What's that? Okay, if you could get up and move around and put down the organizations that fall under those categories, that would be great. Yep.
Like one group is not responsible for contributing solely to their paper, you can contribute to all of the papers. Oh yeah, pass it. That's smart. I like that idea.
and I was like, guess what? It's been this way for 3 years, so it's not change. It would take some effort to change it. And she's like, and I was like, for the most part. Some people come and go. Like when I was there, I mean, I was just starting getting I was like 2 years into my business, so I was just like, oh, I have some extra time. And then I ended up actually in Missouri during that time, and I was just like, mentally ready to do these things. Yeah, so, and then now coming back, oh, it's all the same things. And I was like, oh, and then these are all the things that I did as a trustee, and they're still doing them without that. As simple as like raising their finances. I've done that a lot. Like, oh my God, it's so expensive. And they're $10.75 for chicken strips and fries. And I'm like, I was just like, and it last time the bartenders were practicing that, and I was like, oh my God. But I'm not good. I'm just there to and so, and then I was like, send me your menu. So then I'm like, no, this isn't good for you. No, I'll help. Gladly. So, I mean,
Okay, we're gonna take about 1 more minute. And if your poster looks like it's kind of complete, please bring it up here to the front. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up. If you can finish, if you can finish up whatever you got on that page, and then bring those up here, and we need some volunteers to hold them up for us. Oh, thanks, Nicole. Yes. Oh, no, we're gonna have you hold this up. Yes. Want to be a holder? Yes. All right, Jesse. Yes. You want to be a holder? One more. Good job. Okay. It is 7:25, and we're gonna get you out. We're gonna get you out of here early tonight. So let's have eyes up here. Thanks to all of our holders. Let's give them a big hand. All right. Within each of these categories, you all did an amazing job of putting down the subgroups that go underneath. Kyle's going to come through and he's going to help us out by reading these out loud so that you can hear and see what groups. And then, of course, this is just the start. There's going to be more that you can add to this. But what a start. And what a turnout tonight. Give yourselves a hand. Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to start with veterans groups. So we have Cold War, Vietnam, we have the American Legion, VFW, and the Eagles. Okay, are we taking input on more, or we just could keep going on?
Let's ask, are there any more?
Yeah, is there anything missing from that?
Well, is the VFW and the Legion, or not, the Legion even active? VFW is. Okay.
I don't know if, Bruce, could you answer that question?
What's that?
Is the American Legion still active? We're housed in the building right now, but it's Lions Club owns this building. It's kind of a question we have at times.
American Legion and VFW are kind of together.
Okay. We'll put an asterisk to explore that.
Flags on Memorial Day.
Local governments. So we have city planning, the pool and rec center, fire, city council, library board, hospital board, soil conservation, cemetery district, high school board, county offices, the courthouse, and the roads department, and the tree board. You're talking to the tree board. Perfect timing for that question and that introduction right there.
We've got FSA, Farm Services.
Oh, we do have the FSA office, USDA office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else? State Patrol?
State Patrol,
State Patrol.
they make money here.
Weed Control.
Noxious weed board.
Illegal operations of, never mind. Weed Control.
Okay, we're going on to the seniors group. So we have the senior center, community pride, the swimming group, must be a yard work group, friends of the library, the pharmacy. Is that? Are we just implying seniors go to the pharmacy?
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Legal.
That's fair. The clinic for the exercise and therapy classes, bingo, always a hit, and then our local restaurants. Oh, and then we have People for People, and they do gather at our youth sports game.
We did put Andy's Produce down. All the seniors come to Andy's Produce in the summer. It's a great place to come.
That's true. Corner of 90 and...
Mark.
We have a vacant facility for seniors.
We do. We have a long-term care facility that could be used for more.
Them gathering at the pharmacy is very important.
We gather at Aiken's too. And whenever you go shopping.
I was leaving it open-ended, wasn't it, Eugene? Okay, so we're gonna go on to youth. So we have scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, AAU, the water park and the city park. Parks, I would say plural. Church groups. Did we write this in pencil then Sharpie?
Yes.
This is double. VBS, okay, Vacation Bible School, FFA, FBLA, FCCLA, 4-H, Library, School Sports, Ministry of Moms, formerly MOPS, Robotics Club, and a Knowledge Bowl. Didn't know we had that?
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. So is there anything missing from the youth group that we didn't cover in that? Oh, we're not going to make fun of the youth like we did for the seniors. All right.
Well, the gun club.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, under safety. Nice.
We have traction too.
Oh, well, we just got that. We're just going to make Chelsea right the whole time while we talk the whole time. Okay, sports and recreation. We have the Ritzville Water Park. We have the golf course. Future bowling alley, work in progress. They're close. Summer youth clinics. Downtown gym. Yep. Walking, cycling path. The Ritzville path. Are those different? Not sure. Yoga classes at Zion Church. Classes at the library. Skydiving. They land in my property occasionally. Yeah, sports and recreation. I mean, that does cover. We have a skate park. We should have put skate park.
Oh, there's dance classes.
There is dance classes. Yes, my daughter's one. I heard rumor we're trying to do a dad's group dance class, but I don't think that actually took off. I was going to make my friends sign up for it. Yeah, so youth, I mean, there was other youth ideas. Did we miss any?
Is there flag football?
Yeah, I'm a coach, so don't watch our team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we have flag football. I mean, we have. What? Yeah, Little League, T-ball.
Soccer.
That's right, we have soccer.
Ritzville, we got everything.
Yep.
Yeah, really, look at that.
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah, golf course is on there. Okay, we're going to move on to CBOs, community-based organizations. This is a pretty good list. We have the Eagles, Lions Club, where we are right now, AA, Parent to Parent, there we go, Informing Families, RMA, it's the Ministerial Association, Museums, Railroad and the Boroughs, PEO, Senior Center, Friends of the Library, Miss Ritzville /Parade/Festivals Association, our DDA, the Ritzville Downtown Development Association, Ritzville United, our PDA, the Ritzville Public Development Authority, ACDC, and then Craft and Create Night at Main Event.
I think the Ralston Grange.
Sure. Yeah. Ralston Grange for sure. The Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else?
I think they have a Moms in Prayer, which is national wide, Rena.
Okay.
has stuff. Moms in Prayer.
I say, yeah, I don't even know what the fair. Wheeling Communities Fair.
And rodeo.
And the rodeo. Yeah, that's a pretty good list. Okay, farming and agriculture. Fair and rodeo, first and foremost. Warehouse, I'm going to talk about Ritzville Warehouse. Washington Wheat Growers, RDO, OTC, McGregor. Ritzville Vet Clinic, Old World Oils, The Herd 5C, Les Schwab, Big Bend Electric, WCU Extension Office, Washington Genetics, Holy Cow Better Beef.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ag West Farm Credit, Odessa Trading, we'll spell it out because we already have OTC up there, and obviously all of our family farms and ranches.
Oh, Andy's Produce should be on there. That's what it should be.
Andy's Produce.
Hey, that's what kept me in Ritzville. I got that job.
That's fair.
An oral corner.
I say when I broke down in high school, that was near Andy's Produce.
How about the Farm Bureau? Somewhere.
Yeah, especially Washington Farm Bureau. I know Bridget's very involved in that. Yeah, Herd is on there. These are all good. I mean, okay, informal groups. And with the theme of informal, we didn't even follow a path. We just wrote informally on there. Okay, so we've got community partnership meetings. We've got the Fiber Guild, just yoga. Is that say? Oh, guild group. Okay. Craft groups. That is definitely a G, and I will argue that all day. That makes more sense. I think I've learned this one. Barstool Bingo and Bingo. Lions Club. The Ralston Grange. Yoga again, hot topic here. Quilting. The ladies' lunch at the pastime. You never invited me to that. Book club. Crafting Cackle. A bridge group. And I'm assuming that's cards, not our local infrastructure, but you guys do you. Gun club, oh Lord, this got small. Seniors, just groups of seniors. The men's coffee group, 9 a.m. at Jake's on Thursday. Wow, we left nothing to the imagination there. Men's breakfast at the Nazarene Church, Saturdays at 7 a.m. Is there a phone number attached to this?
Very informal.
And then, last but not least, the Golf Association.
Breakfast, and it is good.
These are exhaustive lists. We are selecting any formal things we left off the informal group. No? Okay. Businesses, let's go. Cono Oil, OTC, RDO, NAPA, against Napa, Jake's, Adams Auto, Aikens, Barnyard, Ritzville Hardware, B&B Towing, Ritzville Warehouse, Haiti Consulting, Washington Genetics, The Hair Center, LOW, The Herd, SDCU, Wheatland Bank, Washington Association of Wheat Growers, Porky's, Sagebrush Boutique, Mijalisco, The Ritz Theater, Bronco Lanes, hotels, all encompassing, I-90 Greenhouse, fast food locations, the Indian Restaurant, Punjabi Dhaba, I spent way too much money there, gas stations, the Long-Haired Lawyer, MD, KJ, Liberty Lattes, the drugstore, the funeral home, Big Bend Electric, Starbucks, Yuga Medics, the fitness center, insurance companies, the car wash, the pastime, UWA Amber, Sweet Home Aesthetics, Macaulay Export Services, the main event, Man in the Yellow Truck, Tracy's Automotive, Ritzville Earthworks, On the Rock Construction, JF Electric, Kevin Meyer Photography.
Do you not have Legacy Telecommunications on there?
Legacy should be on there.
Legacy should be on there.
Downtown.
An Ontivity Company. Yep, Lumberyard, First Avenue Hair Salon,
American
Hometown Family Medicine,
American Lattes, was that on there?
Liberty Lattes was on there. Ritzville Timeless Hair. I'm not an auctioneer, so my ears don't work. Neither does. We probably left WSDOT off of one of these because they are Andy's Produce.
This gets to be a model.
Taking another card.
Put that right next to the man with the yellow truck.
Yeah, we should put DOT on the government one because they are kind of regional major employer. Okay, last but not least, separating you from the door is going through this. All right, this is our arts community, and in the theme of arts, we wrote this in cursive. We have the museum, the Ritzville Theater, the main event, the ballroom at the PDA building, which holds potential to hold events and has a giant stage, Flying Arts Ranch / John and Linda, the ghost signs, we have the metal sculptures, vendor markets and pop-up at the park, the walking tour in historic downtown, Blues Fest, RIP, oh, that says retired. I mean, maybe there's hope for that to come back. Fiber Fest, and is it? I thought that said quitting quilting, but it's quilters quilting. Yes. Okay. Yeah, some music on Main Street on that. Anything else you missed?
The businesses are, there's quite a few businesses.
I've got a couple of lists we could compile it for. I think Josh will end us with why that was important and what we're going to do next.
Yeah. Okay. Big hand to Kyle, everybody. Number one, both Chelsea and I want to say is thank you for showing up tonight. So give yourselves a big hand for being here. I think Kyle counted over 50 people showing up tonight. So that's a big deal. Almost broke the record in all the communities that we've been out to. Oakville might have the record, I think they had about 65. Maybe next meeting, you guys will break that?
If you would have told us, we could have done it.
Okay, all right, next meeting. Okay, 65 is a record. So, what are your takeaways from that right there? Any takeaways?
Ritzville has a lot going on.
There's a lot going on here.
And a lot of excitement about it.
A lot of excitement, yep.
I think the issue is a lot of people wear a lot of hats.
A lot of people, a lot of hats.
Those with energy are involved in several projects.
Yep. There's a lot going on here, so a lot to be proud of. Yep.
I think Ritzville's worth it when you walk downtown or go certain places and you see all the places that are firsthand, maybe you're like, oh man, this could be better. They're not seeing all of the things on these papers, and so I think the forefront is that Ritzville is worth it.
Ritzville is worth it.
And that's a great point. I think there is a lot of things here, some things I didn't even know about. It's the communication between the people in the community, knowing about the things that are available, I think has been our biggest issue.
That's right. You want to say that out loud again so everybody's here?
I said that there's some things here that I didn't even know about, and we do have a lot here, but I think one of the biggest issues is the communication about what is going on between members in our community. I think that's our main division. There is some amazing things going on here, so it was super encouraging to me.
All right, well, we promised we'd get you out here early. Thank you for doing that. This is just the start of building a network analysis, and that's the goal of Heart and Soul, is create that network analysis so you know what's going on in your community and how you can connect everybody. And then it's going out to all of those different groups, gathering what matters most to them, compiling that list and that data, and then things start to pop up on what's most important to the community, and then you can build that action plan. So that's in a nutshell, Heart and Soul. So thanks again for being here tonight. But before we go, we do have a drawing here for piano. So if you have not put your name in the hat, a piano. Yeah.
Baby grand, upright,
Oh.
downright.
It's an upright.
We just talked about this at Lions Club. I've been in the hallway for longer than this building has been standing up. If someone would like an upright piano, it weighs several hundred pounds.
If you pack it upstairs.
The Lions Club said that they'll help move it.
John Croc to move it.
Yeah, but he's aware. We'll get it done.
Okay, so who would like to draw the names? Haley? All right, here we go. Can we get a drum roll? Get a drum roll, here we go. Michael.
We got cursive.
Michael with an S.
I think it's my Trey.
My Trey. He's gone.
Okay, so do we redraw then? Yeah? Okay, all right, let's keep it. Shelley Mc...
Yeah, I have to pass.
Oh, you're gonna pass? Okay. All right, here we go. Harriet, you are the lucky winner of a brand new piano. Where's Harriet?
I do have a story.
Okay.
When my children were little, I wanted a piano. I said, Mike, we have to have a piano. So we found one rather locally. We drove to find it. It was painted pink. And we still got it. Apparently, it had been in a cocktail lounge. So we brought it home, and there was somebody in Valley for it that stripped it for us. And once in a while, somebody plays the piano now in our house. I don't need to. Raise your hand if you want the piano.
Yeah, raise your hand if you want it. If you want it, you got it.
Nope.
Anyone? No.
I'll take the basket of candy.
Alright. Okay, so here we go. On the way out, if you haven't already signed up, or at least put your information on here, please do. If you want to be involved with the core team, put a check mark next to your name there, and they will get a hold of you. The workbooks, these, if you want to keep this, to take a look at it, you can. We're going to have these also for the second workshop. And that's where you're going to do the community readiness process. So if you don't want this, you can leave it here. We'll have it out here for the next workshop. If you want a copy of this, please take it home.
The next workshop is tentatively October 22nd, so mark your calendars, but subject to change.
Okay? So October 22nd, we got to get past 65. We're going to break a record. Yep.
You said that there's a match involved. Can that be in kind, or does it have to be cash, or what does that look like?
Great question. So the question was the match. Can it be partially in kind and not all cash? It cannot be all in kind. Partial. Yep. Any other questions before we wrap up tonight? Oh, the question was about the in-kind match. So the $10,000 over 2 years, $5,000 first year, $5,000 second year. Part of it can be in kind, but the rest needs to be cash. We already have one group that has already said they'd step up and donate. So I don't know if you want to. ACDC's already stepped up to say that they're going to put some money towards that, and I think there's some other groups in town that have said that they would be interested in doing that as well. So we don't need that until we are at the application stage, which after the next workshop, that's when we would be at that point. So that's it. Thank you. Have a great night.